Hey folks, JD here, and today we are looking at this. This is the Flytec H825. Now this has been recommended to us by Kolsky Drones. Thanks very much indeed, buddy. Okay, let's open this up and have a little look inside. So I'm just going to give it a little snip here, just to cut through that little tough bit of sellotape and also my finger. So let's move that to one side. Let's get all this out from inside here. It's upside down. Right, okay. Of course it is. There we go, perfect. So let's get that out. Now inside here we've got a lot more ties to cut. Brilliant. So let's get everything out first, and then we'll come back and we'll have a little look. And we'll see everything that we've got. Okay, wonderful. I did read that this came with this, and I will go into it in a bit. That's quite fun. Okay, perfect. And then we've got a couple of little twist ties under here. So as I'm doing this, I will just say that the past couple of Flytecs that we've had have been pretty good. The T13 has been fantastic. The T18D was not as good, but still, when it was up in the air, it was a very true flyer. Now this is the next instalment by Flytec, and honestly I'll keep on buying their quads because they really interest me. Now this is up as an FPV racer. Now, a couple of questions. I don't really classify an FPV racer as something that has altitude hold, so I don't know. This does not have altitude hold, so therefore this would fit into the category of an FPV racer a lot more than the T18D. Right, so at the front we have a nice little camera. Unfortunately this is the 480p model VGA camera, but it should be okay, good enough when I put my goggles on to take for a little flight. One thing that stands out a hell of a lot on this is this beautiful speckled racing green colour on it. I really like that, I really do. Now if we start off at the front, we'll do what we normally do, work our way through the quad, have a look at it, and we'll go from there. So we have a lovely camera at the front here. The camera itself is an FPV racing camera. You can use goggles with this as well. There is a kit that comes with the goggles. That's not this one, unfortunately, but it's okay. I've got plenty of pairs. Let's give them a shot and see how they go. Then as you work your way across the back of the quad, as I say, you have this beautiful coloration here until you get to the back. Now this is where the battery sits. Now the battery sits directly in the back there. You have a micro USB port here just to charge. This is a 3.7 volt battery, 580 milliamp hour. Now apparently from this you should get at least 6 to 7 minutes of flight, and it charges within 90 minutes. When it does connect back in, that was quite interesting. Let's see if I can show you that. The actual connectors for the battery are on the outside of the quad rather than being on the inside. They're on the outside there and on the underside of the battery right there. So be very careful when you put those on. You're not looking for connectors on the inside, you're looking for connectors on the outside there. So on the underside there we do have a couple of other little things as well. We have a little panel here which you can get access to the camera. Should you want to change it out, this is how you do it. So there's a little switch in there, a little port in there that you just unplug, and you should be good to replace that camera out. I'd also have a little look. If you want to see what cameras are available, check it out and see what you can find online. I'm pretty sure you could find some pretty okay ones to go on here. If not, you can get the better ones or the same ones as are currently sold with this particular quad. You have your on and off button directly under here. Push it once, you get your LEDs and it turns itself on. You heard the beep. White LEDs in the front, red LEDs in the back. And then click and hold then for 1 second to turn it off. You get that's your buzzer at the back there as well. You have your Wi-Fi antenna, runs a standard 5.8 gigahertz there, or 5.8G rather, and then likewise you also have your motors. Now your motors are side mounted in this, so you have one motor here, one motor there. You can just see them under here. Now what I like about this really shows me that the people that built this actually thought about what this is, that this was going to be used for. And they put the motors with enough of a little gap there just so that the air can get to them and the motors can dissipate heat. Nothing worse than flying and then wanting to replace the battery and going back up and your motors are boiling hot. This should help a little bit indeed. So another couple of things about it. These arms are rigid. You can take off these propeller guards as well by undoing these little screws. 4 screws, one on each of the propeller guards, and the propeller arms should just come off there. Propeller guards rather should just come off. Now also looks really, really nice. Feels quite nice as well. Doesn't feel that heavy. Certainly is under 250 grams, so you haven't got anything to worry about there. 76 grams. This is with the battery, folks. 76 grams. Right, I like that. I think that's going to be very, very good. Flytec quads usually have a bit of punch to them as well, so you should get quite a little bit of power out of that. Your camera can be angled, whether you want to angle it all the way back, so when you are flat out, your camera is facing straight, or if you want to angle it a little bit straight and just take it a bit easier, likewise you can angle it down a little bit as well, only by about 10 degrees. Okay, that's not too bad. I like the look of that. That looks quite nice. Let's put that to one side. Then we have our transmitter. So our transmitter, as you can see, no altitude hold, otherwise this would be staying stationary and flicking back to the centre. We have our trim buttons on the outside. We have our FPV boom in the middle here for the Flytec app, which is what we've seen a few times. We have our 360 rolls, and we also have our speed buttons on the shoulders there. Let me just double check that. Yeah, change speed is on one of them, and the other one isn't listed as having anything, so it's probably a dud, but I will check that when I'm out in the field and see exactly how far we get there. And then likewise for 360 flips, it's push down the right analog stick and move it, and then it should 360 flip around. You've also got your LED notification status lights here. They are very bright. All Flytec transmitters look like this, and the ones I've flown have looked exactly like this. And these lights, good God, they're blinding, but they serve a purpose. Now, as for this transmitter, this transmitter does not allow USB charging of any sort, so you have got to ensure that you are putting in properly charged batteries. Now I think this takes 4 AAAs, judging on the size of this back here. 4 AAAs, there we are. So make sure you have got proper 4 AAAs inside there before you go for a flight. Also, you've got your on and off button at the bottom there. Now, something quite strange, this FPV boom is usually spring loaded, and it is from there upwards, but it is also moving around. Okay, so we'll have to see how that goes. But anyway, that looks quite nice. It's got quite a nice grip sensation to it as well, grip feel rather, so it should fit in your hand quite nicely, and you can get to all the buttons, so it actually fits in really quite well. Right, that is quite tidy, no problem there at all. Also, you get a little accessory pack, which is what I'm currently fiddling with. Inside here, you get your micro USB cable to charge. You also get 4 spare propellers, as well as your little screwdriver there, which is what you need to unscrew this casing on the back here. You also get your manual. Your manual goes through a lot of things. How to use the transmitter, as well as it should have your QR codes in here as well for the Flytec app. At some point, should, maybe not. But it'll probably tell you in here which app to download. It's quite strange it doesn't have the QR code in it. Usually they do. But anyway, there we are. And also on the back is instructions how to use the goggles and how to set it all up for FPV flight. So that's all that. Now, what is this other little package you get with it? This is your little free gift you get. Well, at least I didn't know it came with it until I opened it up. And this is your FPV racing hoops, so you can go through. You can do them up yourself. They're all made out of plastic, so you just pop these all through, connect them all together. It's very, very simple, but you get some nice little hoops out of there which you can fly through with your FPV racers and your 65mm racers as well. So all in all, my friends, what do you get? Well, you get this lovely hoop assembly as well as the quadcopter. Then you also get the transmitter, you also get your manual, and you also get your little bag of accessories. So that is everything. That's not too much of a bad deal, actually. I like that. I think I had this on special offer on Banggood. More links are in the description, my friends, should you want to find out more information about it as well. So there we are, my friends. Thank you ever so much for watching and listening. I've been JD. You've been fantastic as always. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Hello and welcome to all the new subscribers. I hope you're enjoying the channel. So until next time, my friends, happy flying.